What is going on, everybody? Who's having a great day, great night, wherever you're watching this from? You ever notice that when things happen in your relationship, that when you address it with the person, they understand it, but they don't understand it? They, to a certain point, listen to what you're saying, but do they really make the adjustments to make things better between you all? One of the worst things I hate is that when you all are talking and all of a sudden what they didn't do, they do now. And realistically speaking, they're only doing it to hush you. They're only doing it to make you feel better. They're only doing it so you're not complaining anymore. But what's going to happen next week? What's going to happen 6 weeks from now? Is there going to be any real adjustments? Or are we still going to be dealing with the same exact issues that we have just talked about previously and even 6 weeks ago? Growth is essential, but in order for us to grow, we still have to deal with the issues at hand. And a lot of times when people are at a place in their life to where they're really trying to find their way, they're trying to find themselves, and you all are growing together, there could still be some distance that actually takes place between the two of you. And that distance doesn't mean that it's anything bad. It just really means that you all are getting the chance to really know each other. But anytime you are dealing with someone that does not want to acknowledge what is taking place and the disconnect that is taking place, then it does nothing more than put the relationship at stake. And the reason being is because that person that is listening to your heartbeat and learning your love language has to be able to adjust to the transformation, the change that needs to take place in order for you all to really have a healthy relationship. This is the reason why couples, they fight and they get in a disagreement. And even within that disagreement, there has to be a resolving issue, a resolving method that actually enhances what they're really coping with, or what they're trying to build between each other. But it doesn't happen that way all the time. And so then what happens is that there's a drifting away between the both of them, and they're never able to resolve their issues because they're not able to communicate or properly adjust to the issues that they both have between each other. And we see this happen all the time. We see this happen all the time because what happens is that you have someone complain and the other person doesn't see any fault in what they've done. And they won't even say that they don't see no fault. They'll just go ahead and go throughout their day like it ain't nothing. And later on down the road, and it's sad to say, the person that's complaining, they can tell the person cares, but because they care doesn't mean they understand. The person that is listening, the person that is at fault, needs to try to understand what they're doing wrong. If they don't understand what they're doing wrong, there's never going to be a balance within their relationship. And there's going to be a consistent problem. And it's going to bring much more issues within that relationship because the person is not understanding. If there is no understanding, then there can be no growth. And without growth, you're doing nothing more than constantly going around in a circle and not understanding that in order for you all to grow together, there has to be real commitment, real understanding, and honesty. You just can't listen and say, okay, I'm sorry, forgive me. No, you have to understand what you did wrong. You have to understand what this person is coming from. And even if you don't understand it, you need to acknowledge that I'm going to try to understand what is taking place. But a lot of people can't even do that because that's against their pride. And anything that goes against your pride is going to be the reason, it's going to be the demise of your relationship. And you're going to try to figure out exactly why things did not work out. What is it that took place? Because you did not want to acknowledge the issues that we had between each other. But you want to continue to go on like everything was good. Say that I love you. I care for you. I miss you. I want to be with you. You know, I'm coming over to see you, but you don't want to try to understand the problems that I have when it comes to our relationship. Deal with your issues. If you don't deal with your issues, later on down the road, they're going to deal with you. Always remember, last but not least, this is a moment of your life. God is not bigger than this moment, and that's the reason why we got to continue to press. Have a blessed and wonderful day.